the market is boring, institutions are not here, tourists are with an hangover from Christmas, and there's no volume. So, but there's still the chance that you can make money here on this market. And today I'm going to show you some strategies that I use, that if it works with me, it should work with you, on how to trade on a boring market and how to try to make money on a boring market. Of course, none of this is financial advice, just my strategy, just some techniques that I use that it has been working in the past year. So today I'm going to show you this. And if you don't know me, my name is Pedro Silva. I've been in Banter, I think, for a month now already. I've been in crypto since 2017. I have the Portuguese Banter channel, and I'm doing shows here while Ran and Kyle are on holiday. So please smash the like button. Let me know in the chat if you want me to check some charts, and let's go and start to understand what strategy I use here. So, first let me clarify this. I'm a price action guy, okay? I don't like indicators because usually they lag, and yeah, I like support, resistance, and that's it. It's simple. I'm a simple guy. I prefer looking at the chart and have my own strategy. Doesn't mean that my strategy should be your strategy. Today I'm just sharing how I do it, how I see it, and how I trade. Okay, I like to scalp. I've been saying this since the beginning of the year. Scalps over swings. The reason is simple. If you are swing trading, you get a liquidation event, you lose your trade. If you scalp, everything is okay. If you scalp, everything is awesome, and you are addicted to taking profits, and you are always taking profits, and you are making money, and that's the goal of trading. It's not to show the 1000% PNL. It can be a 10% PNL, but if you are making money, that's the most important part. So let's go to the Bitcoin chart, because yesterday I ended the stream with the Bitcoin chart, talking and telling there might be a trade there. Sorry. And let me go here. Everything is okay, right? I think so, yeah. I think everything is okay. So yesterday, and this is one of the easiest ones, and I told you this while I was streaming here yesterday, Bitcoin right now is range trading. That it's on a perfect range here. So to be honest, I didn't short yesterday because I was live streaming. If not, I would have opened a short on yesterday. And we know what the US session has been done. Just dump, and dump, right? I think there was only one day that we didn't have a dump on the US session. So yesterday I told you if you want to long here, you could do it because we have a clear range since 19th of December. And look here, it's super easy to trade this one, okay? You could have shorted here, you probably will get stopped here, but even this I want to tell you, I want to talk to you about it in a second, but look, you have this range here, you short here, you long here, it cannot be easier than this, okay? And you have more setups like this that I'll show you in a minute. But even here, this was a trap. This was a clear trap. This one here, let me just grab my pencil here. This was a clear trap. And I think I shorted this one. I'm not sure, I don't want to lie to you. I think I did short this one. So when you see this here, we have been ranging. This has been the perfect short. The perfect place to short has been around 89,200 and 88,700. Okay, with some weeks above it. Of course, this one here everyone remembers. But yeah, you just need to place your stop loss above this recent high, except with this week, and you'll be shorting here easy. Okay, and what we saw here, this here, it was clearly a trap. This was a trap. Okay, all the shorts here were liquidated. I really don't know if you should find another word for liquidations. Liquidated. It went to the other high, look above this week here, and it then dumped inside the range again. And if you see here, look at this. You see this big wick here? It was 100% fulfilled. Okay, I'm almost sure I shorted this, and I'm almost sure I was waiting for this short here. I can check on my Portuguese community, but I'm 99% I shorted this move. Why? Because we had this huge week here, okay? And you have a week like this, usually they are filled. The market doesn't like empty spaces. The market doesn't like this type of, we need to go here, okay? So if you pay attention, and this was in December, this was an obvious short, okay? And you need to understand something about trading with leverage, okay? You need to understand one thing about trading with leverage. You are going to get stopped, okay? Stop losses are part of the game. And you need to understand when you open the trade, it can go against you or in favor. And if it goes against you, you are going to get stopped. But that's why you place a stop loss. So if you're not willing to take stop losses, you don't trade with leverage. Easy, okay? It's super easy. And like I told you, I'm almost sure I placed a short here because this week was about to get filled. So in just the Bitcoin short, just here on this short, you have range trading, you have a trap that you know it was coming because of this week here. Okay, is this making sense to you? Let me know if this is making sense or not, because you cannot trade spot on this market. It's impossible. You don't have any volatility to trade on spot. Even yesterday, if you tried to trade on spot, you'll buy what at 8,000, 86,000, and I don't know, 800, and now you are like 87,500. That's nothing. Okay, it's zero. You're not making any money here. But like I was saying, if you start to read the charts, and when you see a week like this, you know it's going to get filled. It's the same for the downside. I'm going to show you in a minute. And you have all this price action, whatever, and you just need to be patient. Okay, you can set an alert here. You go here, you set an alert, or you place a limit order, and look, it was just to fill the wick. And then it came all the way down. This was a perfect short. The same here, okay? If we believe that this year was just a trap to fill this week, this was a perfect short setup, and this was a perfect long setup. Okay, I told you this yesterday, and right now this long will be in profit. And let me just clean this. And this is one of the things you can do. Okay, when you see a week like this, wait for the trap, then you short it, and then you get back in the range. Okay, easy. And when you are range trading, I told this yesterday, and I'm going to tell you again, you are going to get stopped. Okay, when you are range trading, there will be a time that you are going to get stopped. So just remember that. Another thing that this is really cool, and I want it, if you want to do this exercise, if you want to make money, you need to start to do some exercises like this. Let me show you this. This here, it's the price of Bitcoin yesterday at 5 p.m. US, okay, when it closed. And when you see this here, when you see, I'll do this exercise. I will leave this here for the next stream. I was reading at the comments. When we mark the price of Friday close of the US session, and we don't have volume like we don't have now, probably this will get visited during the weekend, okay? What I'm telling right now is like, we don't have any volume on the market. Market is dead, no one is trading, whatever. You know what's happening right now. It's Christmas, it's New Year's Eve, and there's no volume. And when you mark the price at 5 p.m. US, the price of Bitcoin, if we are above it and we don't have volume, I'm almost sure that by Sunday, the price will touch here again. Okay, so let's do, this is paper trading, okay, just to prove a point. But let's leave this here. I will not touch it, just to see if it's touched or not. I'll get to this on the next stream. But just for you to understand this, okay? Usually this works pretty well. Some call it a trap, whatever. I call it trading. So I don't think it's a trap, because if it's a trap for someone, and if I'm expecting, it's not a trap for me. So yeah, some call it trading, other call it a trap. What I'm telling is usually the Friday close, the Friday 5 p.m. we go touch it again if we don't have volume when you break out. Okay, easy like this. Sorry, and let's move forward. Let me see. I can check Sol later. Okay, I will check Solana later. No, I'll go for it. So the other one, I will show you this one, and just for you to understand the concept, do not trade this, but just for you to understand how you can easily make money on the market without looking for indicators. And you can go here on Binance. So never mind this. This was a trade that I took a few days ago, but look at here. We had a massive move up, okay? A massive one. When you start to see that it's losing strength, it's when you start to pay attention to the move, and then you draw a Fibonacci, this one here, okay? Fibonacci retracement. When what you do is it's super simple. You just have you're going to set it 0, 50, and 1, and here on this green area, let me just hide this one to be clear. Okay, it's this one. So we had a massive move like this, and these moves will usually always get retraced. Always, okay? At least 50% of the move usually get retraced. That's here, okay? You can see we have 0, 50, and 1. We had a massive move. You go to the low, to the beginning of the impulsive move, and this was the top, around 17 cents. And look, it came exactly, retraced exactly 50%, okay? So if you want to trade this type of moves, it's super easy, to be honest. And again, you don't need indicators, you just need a Fibonacci. And what you do is like this. When you're on top of the move, here, and if you are starting to see it's losing strength, etc., you short here, okay? Here, you pay yourself. And here, you are going to look for longs again, okay? Just for you to understand how simple this is. And what I'm showing you today, you can do it without anything else besides price action. So when you have a impulsive move like this, and it works on the other way also, when you start to see that it's losing strength, this is the 4-hour chart. If you go to the 5-minute chart, probably you can see it better. We are losing strength here. Let me just show you. Look, we went here, we went to 17 cents more or less. Then we start losing strength. Then we cleaned some shorts, you know, the trap, and then we went lower. So what I'm trying to tell you is like this. When you start to see that you are losing strength, and you know that usually there will come a trap, you can get stopped once, okay? That's part of the game. The second one, you'll get it right. At here, you short. Here, you take profits, and here, you look for longs, okay? It couldn't be easier like this. Every time you see a massive move like this one, just try this exercise. Do paper trading if you want to. But you'll see that it will be so easy to trade this. So easy. And one thing that you learn is that you are not going to long here, because you know this is not the area to open longs. You are not going to do it. You'll believe me, if you start to open longs here, or check this, go check your previous stop losses on longs and see if you waited for a 50% retracement. Just wait for that, okay? Wait to see if you get the 50% retracement, if you are stopped because of that. But when you start to come here, this is where you start to look for longs. And I guarantee you, if you start to train this and train your eye for this, you will see you'll get much more profitable. And again, I'm not here for swings. I'm here for scalping. I love to scalp, and because I like to take profits, I like to make money, and I prefer scalps over swings 100%, okay? 100%. So just let me know if it's being clear for you. If you have any doubts, just write on the chat, because I'm watching, and let me know, okay? Today I really want you to make money when the market's like this, because when it's easy mode, everyone can make money. I want you to make money when it's not on easy mode. Because if you can learn this, or if you can apply this, and if this works, this strategy works for you, and you can make money when the market is chopping, when it's easy on easy mode, you'll be a king. It's easy, okay? So another trap that I want to show you, it's on XRP, okay? Forget it's XRP. I'm just going for the purpose of the example. And I'm just giving examples of this strategy might work. And like I said, if it works for me, it should work for you too, okay? It's simple like that. So XRP, we know on November it went to $1.82, and then it went all the way up, etc. But we left this here. Okay, we left a week here, and guess what happened? A few weeks later, it gets fulfilled. Okay, it went there, and we went even lower. And although we had a range here for an XRP, if we take in consideration that this was a deviation, you just wait for the retest, and you can go long. Okay, I'll explain again. We came here, we fulfilled this week here. It's done. The stop losses were hunted. We came a bit lower, of course, to kill the stop losses, and we went back in the range. Okay, back in support. So you wait for the retest, and now we are retesting the support, and maybe we can go higher. Okay, and probably will go higher. So I have this long position open right now. I placed my stop loss below the previous week in case we go there again. And oh, sorry, yeah, even the chart wants to move to Sol. Let me just go here. So this is what I do, okay? And you can see I don't have a single indicator here. It's only price action. And this is from previous analysis that I don't like to take my previous analysis, especially because of my Portuguese community, where I share this, so we can keep track what was said. But like I said here, look, we have a trap, we have a weak stop hunt, trap below support, went high, we went higher, now we are testing support again, and maybe we can go higher, okay? And this is why I open a long on XRP, okay? Because of this, like I said, I might get stopped. I'm okay with that. You need to understand that you'll get stopped on trading like the same way you're going to take profits. It can go both sides, okay? Sorry. And I'll give you another example of this and how simple this is. And when you start to learn the simple ways of trading, I think you'll be a happy person. Honestly, I think when you start to learn that trading can be simple and nothing complicated, and that leverage is not a problem, it's when you are greedy, you'll be a much happier person. And I like to be happy. So, CRV, okay, again, forget the token. I'm not talking about the token today. I'm giving you an example on the charts. It's exactly the same, okay? Exactly the same. We had the support at 35 cents. We came lower. We can go see the week here. Look here. I know you needed to be patient, etc. But we had a week here. What did we? Let me just see if we can. Yeah, we can do like this. Look, if there was any longs from this, they were gone. Okay, they were gone. You just need to wait for the inefficiencies to be fulfilled, and that's what happened. Okay, when you had a massive breakout, we had the beginning of the impulsive move. It was here, and we came here. I'll say it's like a double bottom. And look at where it reacted. It went here, and it's done. Okay, so I think CRV is going to go higher, not in a low time frame, in a high time frame. I'm talking about the low time frame, and this is a trade that I took. Okay, when I see it went below support, I was thinking, okay, maybe this is just a trap. People think it's coming lower, they will short it, etc. And well, look what happened. And if you remember CRV, again, it's not the token, I'm talking about the chart. Everything was dumping on the last days and CRV was going up, okay? So this was the perfect trap here. This one was a perfect trap here. And I waited. It was exactly the same. It came below support, I waited, I was patient, I set my alerts. I still have it here, as you can see. I still have the alert here. And when it regained the support the second time, I went long. Okay, I went long. And it went to the top of the range. And like again, these moves you cannot trade on spot. Unless you have a huge account, you need to use leverage. 5x, 10x. I don't use more than 10x, but that's just me. But yeah, look at this. I went long, top of the range. And here I didn't open this short. This was just to showing you that this could be a short that you could have opened if you're doing range trading. Okay? And it's a good way to edge your spot bags. And look how simple this is. This is really simple. Let me know if you have any questions, because it can be easier than this. You just need to look for the trap that's usually going to happen. You look for the retracements, the Fibonacci retracement tool. I told you the price about of Friday at 5 p.m. Friday US, and let's see what's going to happen till Sunday. And yeah, it's really simple, okay? And I like simple things, and I like to tell you that things are simple and showing how simple things might be and can be, to be honest. So yeah, I've been waiting for these prices, for example, on CRV for a long time. At least those that are in my Portuguese community know they are not here because here is not AM yet and they are all sleeping. But they can tell you this. I've been waiting forever for these prices. And now it's easy, okay? So when you are shopping like this, you just need to set your alerts, have patience, and know that the trade might come to you, okay? It's better to lose a trade than to get stopped, okay? It's better to lose a trade than to get stopped. Let's check Solana. Someone is saying, why the market dumping when I'm live? Because I'm selling all my Bitcoin. I'm here distracting you so you don't see it. And someone is selling my Bitcoin. I'm sorry, it's what it is. You know, that's why the market is dumping. Because I'm here, we are all distracted looking at the charts, how easy it is to trade price action when the market is boring. But then I'm doing some transfers. If you go to whale alert, you'll see it's me dumping. So now moving forward, I'm joking, okay? Unless some people will like this, will believe this. Solana, it's the same. Solana is kind of like XRP. Solana is kind of like XRP right now. Okay, so look at this. We had a week here on 25 November. This was a perfect range trading. This week got fulfilled. We probably had a deviation here. Now we got the second retest, and you could have longed it here. Okay, it's kind of like XRP. It's mimicking XRP. I don't know if that's good or bad, but yeah, we fulfilled the week. Both. Okay, we fulfilled the week. We did, and I remember I was live here talking about this and telling you that Solana was doing a perfect range trading, and this here was a perfect short setup. Okay, you could have shorted Solana here without getting stopped. Like, I don't know, maybe you could get stopped here, but 5 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5, at least. And it will be an amazing trade. Again, range trading doesn't work, but range trading works, okay? And it works pretty well till you get out of the range. When you get out of the range, you get stopped or you take profits. It depends if it goes against you or not. So why is everyone wanting me to look at Ape? Best analyst in the game. Thank you. Honestly, I can look at Ape. I don't mind looking at Ape. Today I was not going to do that, but tell me why. Why do you want me to look at Ape or at ApeCoin? So let's just do a small recap so we can understand what I told you here, and I want to know your comments, what you thought about this, because I can do more live streams like this. So here we had a massive week, and you now, after this live stream, you'll know this week is going to get fulfilled. So you wait, you are patient, and you know that when you start to see, and you can set an alert here, okay? Go here, set an alert, and you wait, because you know there will come a time that the market will go there. And when it goes, what do you do here? You take a short. Why? Because we've been at resistance. It's been a strong resistance here. You fulfill the week, and the trap is done. Everyone thinks we are going higher. And you short it, and you make money. And then when you see you are back in the range, what are you going to do? After today's live stream, you are going to open a long, right? And then the long start go on your way. You need to monitor. Again, this is scalp. This is scalp, okay? It's not swing trades. And for example, here, I see that you are not having volume. I see that it's not going up. Probably I'll take profits, close the trade, and it's done, okay? And it's done. Probably I'll do it, okay? I don't know. I'll monitor after the live stream. But if I don't see volume coming in, and I see the move is going lower, the move is not going on my way, I'll close it, I'll take profits, and I will wait for another opportunity. So this is what you learned so far. Weak, trap, and we wait. Patience. Let me remove this because I don't want to be. I'll remove it later. And that's it. Range trading. Then the Friday. I don't know why some people call it Friday trap, but it's what it is. So Friday price action. You're going to the Bitcoin chart every Friday, and you are going to draw a line at the 5 p.m. US time on the price of Bitcoin. And when you enter to the weekend and you see there's no volume and that the price is not going the way, it's not, how can I say this? It's not moving fast. And I miss those days, the parabolic moves. But if you don't have volume, you'll retain this. Probably till Sunday, we are going to touch the price of Friday at 5 p.m. Okay, and then you look for a trade there. Okay, again, I set this here just to prove a point, and on my next live stream we are going to see if we touch this or not. Okay, easy. And then we go. Let me go get the other one. XRP. Okay. Again, we had the week to the downside. We fulfilled the week, and we went back in the range support. We retested as support again. It's working well. You understand that this might be a trap, and you take a long. Okay? It couldn't be easier than this. It couldn't be easier than this. Okay? But again, you are going to get stops on the way. Okay? You are going to get stopped. You need to understand that. And if you cannot handle a stop, you should not be trading. I'm sorry, but that's what it is. Now, again, and this is just an example, this chart, okay? Do not buy or sell anything. I'm just giving you examples, and I needed to find a coin that has, how can I say this? That had to have a parabolic move or an impulsive move. So what you do here is like you draw a Fibonacci retracement tool, you go to the settings, you place 0, 50, 1, and when you are top of the range, you short it. Okay, when you are at the top of the range, you short it, and it's seriously like this. Okay, you short here, and you take profits here. Then you long on this area here, and when it goes to the 50% again, you take profits. Okay, I think it cannot be easier than this. Do this exercise with your previous trades and tell me if this would have helped you. Any of the things that I told you today, if would have helped you trading, having a better trade ROI. Okay, I would really like to know this. I would really like to know this. Okay, so this is the strategy. Most of the strategies that I use. I'm a simple guy. I don't use indicators, whatever. Maybe I'll look at the moon sometime. Maybe I'll look at the moon, and yeah, I'm just joking, okay? I know the moon and the markets are somehow aligned. So, but again, Fibonacci, you short here, you take profits here. You long here, you take profits here, okay? And when you start to do this, when you start to scalp, you'll get addicted to taking profits, and it's easier, okay? It's super easy, and you'll make money. I want you to make money. That's why I'm here. And before moving forward, just remember that we have a massive deposit bonus with Bitunix. Bitunix is my main exchange, okay? I've been using Bitunix for more than a year now. I really like it. It's where I scalp. Low fees, fast, and yeah, look at this. Eh? Look at this deposit bonus. You just don't take advantage if you don't want to. You should, okay? And I want to do some live trading session, but when the market is more, I don't know, in more hype. Not the token, hype, Maybe in January we are going to do some live trading sessions, or maybe I'll do it on my X. So follow me on X, because in January I have a few things planned for next year, and I think you should follow me on X. Let's say that. But I need to tell you, 99% of my X is shit posting, okay? 1% might be something good, but 99% is shit posting. So, guys, I hope everything was okay. I hope you enjoyed this stream, and let me know in the comments what more you want me to bring here. I love to research altcoins, so if you want me to research good altcoins, not bad altcoins, okay? Just let me know on the comments or tag me on X, and I might bring it here on the next time if I found that's a good project or something. So, love you all. Have a nice weekend. Thank you for being here. And don't forget, smash the like button. Leave your comment at the end. If you like it, if you didn't like it, I don't care. Just leave a comment. And I'll see you here. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday. Let's see.